Little pigs, let me come in. Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down. Ah! 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 Oh! Ah! Nick, please! Oh! Ah! Oh! Oh! Ah! Ah! Here's Nicky! Ah! Hello ladies and gentlemen, Nick here. As you can probably tell, I have a cold, but we must carry on. So today we are looking at The Shining, which by the way has been re-rated 15 over here. This is an older DVD. This is also, like the birds, from my university library. So I just borrowed it because we were looking at a clip from it, the Here's Johnny clip, for a small group project, completely separate to the other projects like we're watching films like Suspiria and Sherlock Jr. for. That's not really projects, they're just tasks. So, The Shining. What did I think of The Shining? Really good. It's a very good film, but I don't think I love it as much as everybody else. I think it's a great film, don't get me wrong, but most of my positives are execution rather than narrative. Okay, the story is a family go up to a hotel for the winter to look after. The father is trying, a recovering alcoholic. He's trying not to drink, and he's also trying to write a book. But things. However, the hotel starts to drive him a bit crazy. Meanwhile, his son has this kind of telekinesis, that's when you move things, telepathic powers, in a way, which another man who has it calls Shining. The Shining. So the rest of the plot is the hotel trying to take, well, it's basically driving Jack insane, in a way. The original story wanted Danny's powers, I believe, according to was it CinemaSins? Cinefix? I think it was Cinefix's What's the Difference? So it wanted to take Danny's powers. I'm sorry if I'm a bit quiet, I'm not feeling very well. So, with this film, this is a very different take on the story. As people probably know, Kubrick has a very different interpretation. And it's got some very good moments. I don't think it's particularly intensely scary, but I do think it is pretty frightening. Maybe it's because I've seen scarier. It's definitely got a lot of got a couple of scary moments and some creepy bits. Jack going mad is also a very it's very well done, and Jack Nicholson does a fantastic performance throughout, especially when he is going crazy. I don't think the other two, Shirley Duvall, I don't think Shirley Duvall is amazing, but she does a very good job, as does Danny Lloyd. Yeah, Danny Lloyd also does a good job. But I would not say either of them are amazing. I think the guy who played, I'm not sure, but it was the black man who also had the shining powers. He did a very good job, and it was a shame he got axed off in the story, literally. I think in the original story and the miniseries adaptation, he survived, but in this one he dies. Meaning Danny and Wendy have to make a run for it themselves, whilst Jack freezes to death in the snow. Spoiler alert. It's a very good shot, and a very famous one. I will say that the editing is a bit strange around that point, because we see him trudging in the snow, and then we get a shot of him just being frozen. I will say that the European version has some stuff cut, so maybe there was something around that point. Maybe the epilogue was there, and then we got the last shot. That was from the premiere, and then that was cut, and then the American version has a longer film, just minus the final scene. So, yeah, we didn't get that. We've got a shorter version for some reason, and I don't think this DVD certainly didn't have the deleted scenes or removed scenes. So maybe maybe re-releases do. Maybe some of the re-releases have the uncut the American version. But from the version I'm looking at, it's just 2 hours for the European version, or at least the English one anyway. So yeah, as opposed to 2 hours 40, give or take a bit on both sides, for the American version. Which is a shame. I would have liked to see the whole thing, but oh well. What it is a very good self-contained story, and does some good stuff. And it does split the days up, days and times of the events very nicely. I wonder how it would have felt if it was just one whole thing. Might not have worked as well. The cinematography in this film, I have to say, is fantastic. It looks amazing, and so does the set, and the interior and exterior, so it looks amazing. And there's several great moments, and there is some good tension, mainly when Jack is gone a bit crazy, and he's trying to kill his family. That's very got some good tension throughout those scenes, and things are well executed. It is a little slow, but then again, I think the longer version is probably even slower. But it's still a good job. It does draw you in with the characters. It does draw you in with the location. The only really thing I'm not too keen on is what is the ghosts or whatever. What is their plan? What is the hotel or spirits haunting this? What's their plan? Are they just wanting to drive one person crazy so he kills his family, like the previous caretaker did 10 years prior with his 2 daughters and wife? We see the 2 daughters flashback as ghosts as well. But what is the plan? Is it just try and get someone to kill his family, and when he fails, they just let him freeze in the cold when he's out there? And somehow he's been there since he's been the caretaker there in 1921. He was there in 21, as the last shot implies. I'm not sure if that last one was needed, but it was a good shot, and it was last couple of shots on the picture. It was very good, but I'm not sure. It is quite confusing, and I don't know whether the longer version would have explained it a bit more. It would have gone back into a bit more detail about Jack's alcoholism and him being a bit hurting his son once accidentally. But overall, the plan of the hotel or spirits, whilst they're scary, I didn't quite understand it. Maybe they just do it for the hell of it. his pretty much typical spirit stuff. They can just haunt a place and drive people insane. Or maybe it's psychological. Maybe just being isolated drives them a bit crazy, and in Jack's case, to murder. But overall, it's because of that, I'm not completely sure whether maybe it's psychologic, or maybe it is ghosts. I'm not sure, but either way, it doesn't quite. I don't quite understand the plot. It's not the plot, not the story. I understand the story. I mean the villain's plan. The ghost's plan, if there's ghosts. So, if it was supposed to be ghosts. So overall, I'm going to give this film a 9 out of 10. Well deserved. I do think it could have been a bit more better. First of all, I think I would have liked to have seen the longer version, but I'm not sure whether that would have been much better. Some of the detail stuff probably would have been better, and there might have been a few more scares, but maybe I think most of the stuff that was cut was more slower moments, like the black guy trying to get to the hotel, and some more talky stuff with other characters who were cut but credited from the from the European version. But it's still a very well executed film and a very classic horror drama thriller. So yeah, that's my review of The Shining. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the official Nicholas Payne Retro YouTube channel. I'm just testing this. Here we go. Okay. Slightly awkward, okay. And things are really need a drink. And things are well executed, and excuse me. Little pigs, let me come in. Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down. And I'll blow your house down. Fuck that. Here's Nicky! Can we not get closer? Sorry. This is an outtake